Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. I'm just putting a little bit of the old ultramarine blue on the black canvas. And I put a little bit of crimson in there as well. And we're going to do a little seascape today. I really fancy doing a seascape. So I've got a little bit of white, titanium white on the brush. I'm going to start dancing in a bit of light in the sky, maybe right there. I'm just going to spin my bristles and have fun with this one. Really know how this is going to go. But you get all these nice colours because I put the crimson on there and then the white. We can start getting these colours coming out into the sky, and then hopefully we start seeing something develop. You see it's starting to. I can sort of see clouds there now as I'm spinning this paint out. Start seeing this cloud formation. Just spinning my brush. Yeah, that's starting to look good actually. Now use the brush that I used to put some colour on just to go over this. Soften it. And then you can stand back, have a look at that. Maybe I'll have a bit more detail in here, this area, a bit more light in there. Let's see a bit more light in this area here. Breaking out there. A bit more light. Let's get a bit more white on my brush. Yeah, like that. Don't want to take away all of the colour though. I mean all of the darks. That's the only thing when you do this. I remember when I used to mess around doing this just to see what was created in the sky by doing it. And I ended up getting a face. I started painting this face there. And it started to look really good. There we go. God, that's interesting, isn't it? Quite like that. Just go over this all the way across. So I might have a bit more light, I think. Let's get a bit of crimson and white. Getting a bit of crimson and white. I'm going to have a little bit stronger colour there. I'm just thinking about where the light is breaking through here. Just behind that cloud. It's sort of piercing through a little bit. Yeah. Something like that. Now I'll get a little bit of the white on my brush. Just a bit of the white on the brush. And then we'll start putting in some indications of the sea back here. See how it just picked up that blue then? Just let that sort of disappear over there. Maybe to about there. And then what I might do, because I need to practice my waves. I think I might have a wave, big wave sort of here. Sort of crash in there. And then we can have a bit of the light in the wave there. Just using my 1-inch brush, and I'm going to blend that out a little bit there. And blend it to nothing. And then I kind of want the this wave. I'm going to have that going around like there, something like that. And then that top part of the wave on there, and this coming over like this. It's crashing over. That's what you've got to start feeling, that crash. And then there's another wave sort of back here. And we can start bringing that paint back a little bit. Just wiping my brush on a paper towel. I'll just bring that back as well. You want to save these dark points. It's those dark points that make it more interesting, more fun. And then I know what to do. Put a little bit of the crimson in my white. I think I'll add some of that in my wave. Bit of that crimson in there. And then what I also am going to do, a bit more of this white. I want this bit to be sort of going splashing over, and then got another fan brush going, and I'm going to get some dark, some blue and crimson and blue. This is going to be my shadow colour for the wave. Don't really need that much. I do need some to attack this area here. I'm just sort of going like this and giving it a little bit of a push up like that. And then under there as well. So I've got this going. I have to keep telling myself that, because when I'm painting it, I have to remember that that's the way the water's going. It's going like this. And then I also need some light now. Get some nice white with a bit of the crimson in it. Bit of crimson in. And then with that splash. All the way up there. I sort of just get some fresh paint and you can just push up like that. Maybe there'd be a bit of there as well. It's almost turning over there. And maybe that wave behind here, it's just starting to come over as well. And this one, and maybe there's this one here that's starting to. You can do that, whichever area you want to brighten up. Like maybe there's a few bits there as well. You can brighten up an area and make that stand out. It's really enjoyable though. So now I'm going to use just the top corner of the brush. So imagine that top, that top corner. I'm going to twizzle it. Just going to twizzle it in between the light and dark. In between that light and dark. Just to soften it. Soften that bit. Yeah, it looks really nice, that does now. I'm really happy with that. Might have the rock there. I just do it with a fan brush. And the rock's up going. Just put in some dark for where that rock is. And then all this water. I'm going to keep it quite. Imagine it's curved right round here. It's really curved. And then it gets flatter and flatter and flatter over here. And I'm going to just put in these few little indications of movement. I want to keep that dark area. And it comes out here like that. It's amazing how quick this technique is, isn't it? And then I'm going to have some light, a bit more light on this bit there. Bit of a splash there. More of this there. Something like that. That's really starting to look like there's a lot of movement now, isn't it? And you can keep this as dull as you want, or you can add more. You can add highlights. Maybe there's a bit there. Yeah. Some straight strokes there. Just to show that that bit's flat. These splashes. Smudge that out. Okay. I'm really liking this. It's got a lot of atmosphere in this one. Now, what else do I want? I want, should be, yeah, I think there should be, I'm working backwards a bit now. I think there should be a bit of rock there. Yeah, I like that. Maybe there's another rock. Maybe there's a rock in here, there. I'll just use dark. Maybe another one there. Why not? We can add a few. Maybe there's one here as well. I like putting in rocks and things actually. Could always put a bit of light on that rock just to make it stand out there, but I don't want to have too much because I don't want to take away from the light where I want it to be. And then, speaking of that, I'm going to grab this little brush and get a bit more of this pinky white. I'm going to try and get like a lump on this brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it just to add that extra bit of light in places. From where I want my eye to go. This is the sort of thing you do if you was like painting some fruit and then you just put that little glimmer of light at the end. It's just like that. And then bit on that bit there as well. Just having a look at that. I want to bring some of them together a bit. I don't want it to look spotty. Looks a bit spotty. Well, that's better. Starting to come together a bit there. And then I might put a bit more light in the wave as well. And then I'm just going to blend that with my finger. Yeah, that looks good, that does. Then I might get a little bit of the blue and red. Just sort of bring a bit of a darker bit that comes around. Just stand back and have a look at that. Yeah, that's looking nice. Quite like that. Not sure what I really need to do more of. Sometimes you get things done really quick and you think, oh, what else shall I do? What else shall I do? And then you start messing it up. So what I might do is just put in, where would I have a bird? Not sure if I'd have a bird in this one. Maybe another rock, but a smaller one. Oh, that brush is rubbish. Oh, that brush is finished. Maybe a smaller rock there. Yeah, I feel like there could be one there as well. Like that. And then maybe a little bit of water that's gone. I might, just to emphasize this bit, put a little bit more light on it. But yeah, I think I'm finished. The only thing I can think of is maybe to have a little bit of foamy, misty bit coming out here from all that water splashing around. Something like that. Add a little bit of energy into that area. Other than that, I think we're about done. I almost want to put a line under that. Maybe just make it disappear a little bit. It was a bit strong. Yeah, so I think we're done. So I'll say this one's finished. I'm going to put a little signature on it. Just a small signature. Just a bit of a JB down there. And I'll say thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.